Good morning.
Morning, guys. Welcome to WRME Live, episode 230, if I'm correct.
I'm hoping we're not muted. That's what I'm fixing to check.
We got to check connection and whatnot. Hopefully you guys are out there enjoying this kind of oddly springish weather while
we're
we
not
can.
Muted.
Yeah, you're not muted.
And my phone was loud. Sorry. I thought I turned my volume down.
Oh, there's just so much going around the office that I don't think your phone is going to be near as loud as some of the other things that's going to have. But that's part of life. Interference, background noise. We all make do. Okay. Before I forget, or before we really get into this, I want to remind anyone that's out there that's a realtor that our first Fridays are paused for 2024. In exchange, we're working with Old Republic Title to do, I think they're calling it Sweet Tea and CE. CE is continuing education. And it'll be at the Cohen Votech Center on the first Fridays of the month, except in July. And it starts March 1st. So you can get 9 out of your 21 continuing education credits that you need, and 5 of your 6 core topics that you have to have for that continuing education. So bring your own lunch. They're going to be providing tea, and you can eat while we learn. And that way, little snippets at a time, you can get your continuing education. Try to make it as easy on you as possible.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about what, Erin?
I don't know. Lots going on. There's lots of open houses going on. I'm doing one Sunday at 2008 Brookhaven Drive in Edmond. So if you want to come check it out, it's an awesome house. It has an in-ground pool. Nice one. Lots of storage. Lots and lots of storage. I'm in love with the storage on it.
I love the master bathroom.
Yeah, that's nice.
The walk-in soaker tub. Who has a walk-in soaker tub?
It's for people with disabled, but
I'm rickety. I want it.
I would love it. I would live in it. My husband would hate it. And when the current owners did it, they upgraded the water heater to accommodate it, so it has a 75-gallon water heater. Like, my little heart loves the thought of a 75-gallon water heater.
Like that's the pool.
Like that's the next best thing to an instant water heater. 75-gallon. I'm like, I'll never run out of hot water.
See, I love baths. The one part I don't like is the getting in and out of it, especially when my very first house, one of those 1950s, barely counts as a bathtub, and it's like almost set into the floor a little bit, so you're like dropping.
Well, people are like, you'd have to drain it. No, because there's like a little ledge, so you step on the seat and then you step on that, so you could like.
There's so much options. You really should check it out if you are a fan of bathtubs and looking for a home in Edmond.
But it still has a shower,
of
course.
It
has a regular bathtub and a hallway bathroom. So I mean,
lots of options. The kids don't have to share the fancy tub.
I'm still in love with all the storage. Like, it's amazing.
It's really well laid out in my bias. I like there was so much thought put into it, but
Yeah.
I could prattle, obviously.
Anyway, and a fireplace. There's a fireplace in the living room. Like, nice big backyard. They did a gardening, so there's raised flower beds outside, but they could be taken away. But yeah, anyway.
Get a hold of her if you want to go see it, because it is really, really
a
gorgeous home.
I'm not a pool person, but if you're a pool person, nice in-ground pool.
You know what? I can just have that drain out with the bathtub. But neither here nor there. This is just an obvious sign that we're seeing a notable uptick of real estate happening now that we're past the average time period in Oklahoma for serious cold snaps and most major holidays, maybe the major holidays of a traditional year. And I think if we're going based off what my elders say, especially my granny, since Easter's so early, it's probably not going to be too much.
It's a leap year. So.
And it's a leap year. So she thinks we could probably plant the potatoes a little bit earlier. I got to just trust her on that. But point being is things are just kind of starting up earlier, and we're definitely noticing an uptick, in my bias, across the board of people wanting to sell, people wanting to buy, just normal spring uptick. So if you're thinking about it, you should probably get with a realtor. We're here. And see what your options are and see if it really is a good time or place or situation for you to maybe upgrade or downgrade.
Yep.
Downsize is better.
I have a buyer that's like not in a hurry to buy, but we're looking now in case something pops up that they want. So we're looking. but he doesn't have to buy now. That way, when it's time for them or him to buy, I have a couple buyers, sorry. He's not in a hurry. So it's nice for him because he's not stressed out right now. So he can buy now if the right one comes along, but he's not in that time crunch right now. It's not like my lease is almost up, so I have to buy right now. So
that's the preferred way in my bias to do house buying. Get pre-approved by a lender, know what your limits are, what you're looking for, but take the rush off of you. Or I have to get this done. Not everyone's that fortunate, but if you are fortunate enough to not have to, this way you're not just moving into a house because it's available. You're moving into one that will meet your needs for the long term, take care of your family or your hobbies or your great aunt or whatever your life situation is. And it's just better to, if whenever able, shop around and make the choice because it meets your needs. Although I'm one of those people, and I will probably be one of those people again, where I get in a situation, well, oh crud, I have to buy a house. I don't have much choice, and I need to do it in X window because of life just kicking me in the liver. And so it's going to happen, but if that is not your situation, definitely consider getting pre-approved now so you can start window shopping and jumping for the one that is a good fit when it does come available.
But, not everybody has that luxury. Same with selling. I mean, sometimes you just got to work with what you got. Last night I was showing a house, and unfortunately, sellers had 3 cats. Myself and one of the buyers are allergic to cats. We had to deal with it. I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, sellers didn't have the option to take the cats out of the house, so we had to work with it. I mean, ideal world, I would prefer all houses to be unoccupied when we go in, but that's not ideal.
Nope.
And some people would love all houses to have furniture in them and be staged. Everybody's different. So you just got to be, work with what out there. And that's just because I know there's so many people with allergies to animals that, and people, and you just never know. So it's hard. And, you just run across so many issues, and I've had people that's had to stay out of a house because of their allergies. So me and the spouse would go in and look at the house, which stinks for the other because they can't walk through the house, but it's because of an allergy or whatever to an animal that is present in the house. Or we walk in and there's a strong smoke smell and they're allergic to smoke, or they have asthma or whatever and can't go in the house. It's just, you got to deal with what's there. And if that happens, sometimes we video call the one sitting outside and walk them through the house that way. You just work with what you got because nothing's perfect, even in real estate. Surprise.
There's lots of grace and patience going both ways. One, sometimes you can't help the pet situation, can't help the life situation. We also have cultural. There's a few cultures in our part of the world that are adamant about no shoes. And for some people, that's a problem. Or if they have a wheelchair, that's even trickier.
Yeah.
And so we all just got to try our best to find that happy middle to make it work for everyone. And fortunately, with technology, some of these things that were roadblocks in the past aren't as big a problem nowadays. And for just going to a more common topic of like flooring, there was a point in time where carpet was ridiculous and you just had to deal with what was there. So if you got an allergy and there's a pet in it, well, I'm not buying this house because I won't be able to breathe. That is not as big a problem today because there's so many other options, or just switching to wood flooring and reasonably economic depending. And so it's nice that we have those options that we're no longer, well, I'm stuck with this avocado green carpet for the next 20 years. Yay. It's nice that we live in that kind of time where we have those graces.
And we came across an interesting situation last night. We actually looked at a house without central heat and air.
Oh,
They
whoa.
had AC units that did AC and heat in almost every window unit. Yeah. In every room. But it was priced accordingly, actually.
Okay.
We were trying to figure out. We figured it out. But we had a conversation about, of course, we got in the conversation about how Google isn't always accurate about the average cost of installing something.
Yeah.
So always call somebody locally to get an accurate estimate. Starting estimate, let's do that. Starting estimate of what it would be to install central heat and air or anything like that. Don't rely on Google.
Nope. And some of the old adages still apply. So for instance, if you got to do a bathroom remodel, one of the old adages I was always taught, and in my own experience applies, is if it says it's going to cost $1,000, you triple it. It just something about bathroom or plumbing based things, you're going to go over your budget no matter how well and thoughtful you budgeted. So that you rather have that cushion and have money left over than be surprised. But that's an old adage.
Yeah. When they said what Google said it was, I was like, that's what it cost me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no way that's what it's going to cost you now, because it would have to be all duct work. Everything would have to be done, and that's what it cost us 10 years ago just for the unit and some duct work to be redone, because we had duct work came out and duct work redone because we had way too much duct work in our house. So there's no way that's what it was going to cost now for a brand new unit and completely new ductwork to be done.
And I also don't know how they Googled it, because, for instance, if you look for new heat and air, okay, that's different than if you Google new HVAC.
Right.
And so I can't guarantee that your Googling strategy is going to be as effective as calling a local person who can physically come out and see it and go, okay, yeah, you're going to need ducts, you're going to need this. And based on how your crawl space is or how your layout is, it's going to make it this easier or this more complicated. Google doesn't know the floor plan of the house, nor does it care.
Right. So.
And just like anything else, how you Google it changes everything.
So always best sometimes to call and just, what does it starting cost of a complete new or complete this or whatever. That gives you an idea.
You know, give you a place to start saving, or at least calculating in. There, talk to your lender, there's a number of different options if you have to have such a major thing added to a house. I have had people do something of similar, and they were able to do a secondary loan specifically on the HVAC with the house as a lien. Does not apply to everyone, but in their case, they were able to make it work, and I think they're still living there, and I think it's been 8 years, roughly. So it worked out for them, but that you got to figure out what works out for you and do your research, real research, not just Google.
Right. So.
And you're welcome to call your local realtor, call us, because we usually have, forgive my antiquated phrasing, a Rolodex of people, of chimney sweeps, heat and air, plumbers, flooring people that we can be like, oh, these all do free estimate. Give them a holler, we'll make something happen.
Yep. So. Or if you're looking to buy or sell.
Oh, gracious.
Or have any questions or need to talk to your local lender, we have a bunch of those. VA, USDA, FHA, conventional. You need a unique loan situation. We have a couple of those that might have a unique situation they can help you out with. So just holler. We can help you. Otherwise, we're cutting it short today. We got lots to do. And as you can see, Carl's not here because he's already at it. So.
Well, we are WRME Live, where we do real life, real world, real estate every day.